told her if I messed up, I had to drop and give him 20, so take my time with this one. Today we come together as families, friends, loved ones, and brothers and sisters of military service. On behalf of the United States Marine Corps, the Marine Corps League, and the Smoky Mountain Detachment 973, I would like to thank each of you for coming out on this Memorial Day and for taking this moment to salute our veterans, those here today and those that received a one-way ticket to some strange and foreign land only to return carried by their brothers and sisters in uniform. In the United States, we have over 25 million veterans today. That's about 1 in every 8 Americans. Since November 10, 1775, Marines have been donning the uniform of military service, standing in harm's way and giving the ultimate sacrifice for others. Every week, approximately 325 young men and women are given the title United States Marine. Many of those young Marines will see some form of combat within their first 4 years of active duty. Some will make multiple tours of combat. Many will not make it home safely. The estimated number of Marines that have given their life so that we may maintain our freedom stands at 49,963. Oftentimes the memorial in Memorial Day is ignored or forgotten by those who are beneficiaries of this ultimate sacrifice. Many times we do not observe the day as it should be, a day where we actively remember our ancestors, our family members, our loved ones, our neighbors, and our friends who put on the uniform of military service and gave their all. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 sums up the life of all who have donned the uniform and served honorably and gave their lives in service to our country. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. I want to share a story with you that many of you may not be aware of that took place in Ramadi, Iraq. On 22 April of 2008, 2nd Battalion 8th Marines and 1st Battalion 9th Marines were in the process of turning over a joint security station in Nasser. Nasser is in the Sofia district of Ramadi and was once the center of the insurgency in that city. 2 Marines barely knew each other. One was coming, the other was going. They were standing guard at the entry control point. Their names were Jonathan Yale and Jordan Harder. At 0745, that's 7:45 a.m. for some of you Marines out there, and without warning, a large truck accelerated toward the entry control point, careening off the protective serpentine. Both Marines must have understood on instinct what was happening, and in less than a second they went to the guns and opened fire until the massive 2,000-pound blast took their lives. But the suicide bomber never passed the posts they protected. And 50 other Marines and perhaps as many police didn't die that day inside the joint security station. An Iraqi officer I witnessed said no sane man would have stood there directly in the path of a speeding truck, firing their weapons. Yet 2 Marines did. His officers, some as close as 10 feet initially from the Marines, fired and ran when it was obvious the truck could not be stopped, and they survived. The Marines stood their ground and stopped the truck before it detonated and saved the lives of their buddies. As we leave this service today, I ask you to seek out the veterans in this community. Take time to talk to them, hear their stories, discover who they really are and what they gave up or lost in order that we might have this chance here today. When you see the American flag flying high in the breeze, think of the men and women that fought and died for what it represents. Today is a good day to be a veteran, on active duty military, veteran or military families, friends, and comrades. But most of all, today is a good day to be an American. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from Bob Henry, who is a commander of Vietnam Veterans of America.
Good morning. Memorial Day should make us remember freedom is not free. I am only eager to impress on people what they owe the servicemen and women who fought and died over the years protecting the freedom we enjoy. Not only the men and women who have died, but their wives, husbands, sweethearts, parents, and children all paid a tremendous price for the freedom that many, especially the younger generation, take for granted. While the memories of horrors endured will always remain with the men and women who came back, they at least came back. For that they are forever grateful. They will never forget their buddies who weren't so lucky. I'd like to read you just a short poem. Freedom is not free. I watched the flag pass by one day. It fluttered in the breeze. A young serviceman saluted it, and then he stood at ease. I looked at him in uniform, so young, so tall, so proud. With hair cut square and eyes alert, he'd stand out in any crowd. I thought how many men like him had fallen through the years, how many died on foreign soil, how many mothers' tears, how many pilots' planes shot down, how many died at sea, how many foxholes were soldiers' graves. No, freedom is not free. I heard the sound of taps one night when everything was still. I listened to the bugler play and felt a sudden chill. I wonder just how many times that taps had meant amen when a flag had draped a coffin of a brother or a friend. I thought of all the children, of mothers and the wives, of fathers, sons, and husbands with interrupted lives. I thought about a graveyard at the bottom of the sea, of unmarked graves in Arlington. No, freedom is not free. Thank you.